you can like rent toys from them, or you can.
All right, it's 6 o'clock. We'll get started. We'll move right on to number 4, awards, presentations, and appointments.
Proclamation for Mount Pleasant High School, they will be here tonight.
Yay.
Level 5 destination.
They were talking about it this morning at the Murray Alliance board meeting that there were 5 schools in the county that had achieved level 5. I know high school was one of them. I'm not sure about the middle or elementary. And I was just curious because at least my thoughts were at least we got one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's well deserved for them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, completion review of unfinished business, ordinance 2025-1136, public hearing and final reading. An ordinance to amend the municipal code of the city of Mount Pleasant as set forth in Title 12, Chapter 1, regarding an update to current codes. Lori Phillip,
This is just a ordinance to adopt the 2024 building codes. There is one change from first reading, and it is to add one of the codes that we missed. It is, you know which one it is?
Yes, it's existing building code. We had some updates within the body of it, but we left the existing building code out of that chapter where we're adopting it. So we're adding an existing building code, but the updates don't change to it.
okay.
Adding the text in there.
Any questions on that one?
Mm-mm.
Ordinance 2025-1137, again, it'll be a public hearing and the final reading. It's an ordinance amending the municipal code as set forth in the Title 7, Chapter 2, regarding an update to current fire codes.
Yeah, no changes, as the same as last month. Updated to 2024 International Fire Code.
Okay. Todd, anything you need to add?
Good.
Okay, great. All right, C, ordinance 2025-1138, public hearing and final reading, an ordinance to amend Title 19, Chapter 3 of the Mount Pleasant Municipal Code relating to gas.
This one is updating your gas ordinance, including all the rates. There is a change from first reading. So what we did, we'll have a highlighted revised draft for you, but we added it back in language that's in your current ordinance that just kind of explains what's happening. And we're setting the municipal cost at $6.70. There's a formula that's used, and part of that formula is that amount, that fixed cost. And so because it's always very confusing to read, we're going ahead and adding that fixed cost in the body of the ordinance so that there's the formulas in like 4 places of that ordinance. And so every time that formula is applicable, that's the cost that goes in there. It's an increase from the current amount of like $1 and $1.75.
Yeah, just to add to that, when I look back through all the history of the gas, I never could find where they set that fixed cost rate of $4.95, which is where it was. So if it's another decade before we raise these rates again, and we're not here, at least it's in here that the fixed cost is $6.70, because they just couldn't find where that was set at $4.95. And they're right, it's $1.70 increase.
Okay. Any questions on that one? All right. Monthly report from mayor. I may have something. If anything, it'd probably be the sewer that we're complete with that. Philip talked about that this morning at the meeting as well, and that's going to be a big thing to have. Monthly financial and budget report.
Okay, I'm planning on questions come up. Project is. We have a job costing. Projects. Probably gonna all that report. Maybe I'll start doing it quarterly at least, so you all know where each project stands, which one we proposed this past year. So.
It'd be nice to start seeing
Nice.
quarterly.
I like that.
Yep. Any questions for Schiffer? Monthly report from city manager.
Mayor, the only thing I have tonight is, because it's tomorrow, don't forget about the city luncheon at the community center. It's at 11 o'clock. 15 if you could be there.
And it is the community center.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Special reports from other departments, wastewater.
Wastewater, again, we're closing out that consent order and maybe moving forward, we don't have a wastewater liaison report. So
Would be nice, won't it?
it'll be a change.
Mm-hmm.
Would be nice. Mount Pleasant Gas.
Again, the rates are on here and then we got some resolutions tied to, some funding opportunities
Okay.
below.
New business, resolution 2025-53, a resolution to apply for an EDA grant.
Mayor and Commissioners, this is the gate station at Cherry Glen. We're applying through EDA for a $4 million grant. The cost is expected, it's went up since 23, since last time we applied, 6.5 million. We're also, though, in that, you'll see another resolution probably next month with Tennessee ECD to get another $1 million towards the matching funds.
Awesome.
So, we're still probably gonna be $1 million in our cash in this project. But no, this is probably a $6.5 million project and, going after the grant funding for it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Definitely need it. How long will we hear from it? That's what I'm,
Maybe a day or two.
I think they were a little,
I mean, we're talking about
aggressive,
it
4
a
to 6
year.
months.
Or,
That would be great, but the
Knock on wood.
engineering and all that, I mean, it's 12, 24 months.
How much is the grant?
4 million with the one we're applying for now, and we have a good opportunity of getting that. The match would be 2.5 million, but also you'll see another resolution for Tennessee ECD for $1 million to help with that match. That's 5.5, and we still probably have a
He
million.
said
is our match
6.5.
gonna be 20? I'm
That's the
sorry, go ahead.
total. Oh, that's.
Yeah, the
total.
project is 6.5 million.
Okay.
We expected to upgrade the gate and the meters and the distribution. 4 million grant from the federal government, which we're applying for now. Also gonna apply for $1 million to help with that match from Tennessee ECD.
Is that, do we have to pay, what, 20%? What
What was left would be probably $1 million.
Okay.
Is there a match on
Uh,
it? No, it's just 4 million. but
4
the
million is
project
the
is-
grant.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
some of these federal grants, they're not necessarily as much based on a match. They
So-
want you to finish a project. So
Okay,
even if a match may be lower, like the ARPA grant is something like that, starting on it. Federal government's not gonna give you the grant just matching funds. They wanna see that you have to complete the project that you.
so the federal's not like some of the other grants we get where we have to pay 20%.
they're all different.
Okay,
And then the ECD one that Philip's talking about, $1 million, we haven't even started the application process on that yet, but it probably would have a match. That's a straight state grant, so it will probably be we're used to.
okay.
It depends on the patient offering the.
Any questions? Resolution 2025-54, resolution EDA grant gas engineering services, CEC.
So, Mayor and Commissioners, this won't be a resolution. We put out a request for proposal for engineering for this grant, and the CEC applied back to us, so we will recommend them. I think it may be just an action item that you approve of that, and then once we get awarded into contract, you'll see that in front of you several months.
Okay.
Engineer may have a little memo or something they want us to approve, so that's why we have it as an agenda item. They need something for their documentation, but we won't have any contracts or any billing from them.
Any questions? Approval of Canaan Road paving bid.
Mayor and Commissioners, we did receive 4 bids today. I'll just call them out to you. Volunteer paving, $190,000, $872.20. Rogers Group, $225,000, 040.
How much was theirs?
Rogers?
Yeah.
$225,040, 040.
Okay,
Advanced paving, $197,500. And the nickel contracting is $176,914. We're still looking at them, because like we did with Gray Lane, we get that sub base quantities in there. So we'll have a recommendation for you, or you can see it all when it's in your packet.
It'll be-
so it won't be, I guess, when somebody bids on it, it won't be, this is what it is, that's all we give it. If they come back,
We thought, so Rogers Group was the only one that put, there's 100 square yards in the quantity. We called them because we was like, 225 is the highest, but if that's
Right.
what it's gonna cost, and when we called him, he said, no, that's what we think it's gonna be. If it's more, we're gonna come back to you with change order. But that took me back to nickel with the low bid because it would take almost $50,000 worth of sub base to get to 225. We was considering like, why are we going through
If we
this?
knew it was a fixed cost, we
But
would
it's
like
not a fixed
rather go
cost.
with the
That's what we
fixed
think
cost.
it's gonna. But it gives us an avenue too because they do it, so we think it may be 100 square yards.
That's on, that's one thing I don't like about that.
Yeah.
Is when somebody comes in and they shoot down for the low bid and then they come back and say, oh, this is gonna cost us more to do this.
Well, I appreciate what
But
you're
that's what,
doing.
you're right.
That's why we wanted to go with a higher bid this time, thinking this contractor has estimated certain square yards.
Yeah.
But they said the same thing. I said, if those square yards don't meet what's needed on the road and y'all want it done to a certain quality, of course, if we reduce the quality, that's a whole another question. But if we wanted
Correct.
to do it at a certain quality, then they would come back and ask for a change order as well. So at that
Hmm.
point, it was kind of,
So none of them,
none of them can guarantee.
can guarantee it. Okay.
Our recommendation is probably gonna be nickel with the 176.
Even though advances, you said they was 175?
Advance was 197,
Oh, 100.
and they still had a square yard cost in there
Oh, I'm
too.
sorry.
So nickel, obviously,
Be
it's
a
gonna
great
cost
line.
more.
Nickel.
Well, I'll say, Nickel Group, they've done a fine job.
Great
at it.
lane, so.
Great line.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I had a citizen call me or ask me about this yesterday. Once we get the bid, what's the time frame you think? that they
So
would start?
we had to be really strategic with this because weather plays into it. If you approve it, we're gonna call them the next day and say, we can get here.
Okay.
We can't go too long into the winter because of the quality of the
Yeah.
asphalt.
They'll
Yeah.
shut down those
Just
plants.
shut them down. So if you approve it Tuesday, we'll call Wednesday and say, when can you get here?
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions on that one? Nice to see some pavement done.
Yep.
Approval of CCF Community Center bid.
Mayor Commissioners, we did see 4 bids. We're still going through the tally. Every one of the bids are within the grant and matching funds. So that's good. A good thing with that. We haven't had to cut anything out as far as what was planned. So I don't want to talk too more about it because there's some alternates with the roof and some siding. So we want our architect to go through it and give us the best recommendation.
And I think it needs to be noted, Landmark has donated the tile for the.
Yes.
So will the community center be down? We're not taking any more?
So as soon as you award this is when I'm gonna try to get with them and like when they're gonna start, how are we gonna navigate that with our seniors, Boys and Girls Club, I think they've got an avenue. TCAT, not a lot going in there, so I think they may be the only ones that really can stay, but we have a lot of stuff in that center that maybe something with.
Well, are we taking, I guess what my question is, we're not taking reservations in.
No,
Okay.
I think, there's a few still on the books, but I've told Alicia after the first week of December, because we did get 4 good bids. So we've been kind of waiting to make sure we get
Okay.
bids and not have to rebid.
That's great.
Any other questions on the community center? Approval of ARPA grant order change order request.
I'm gonna bring Dale up for the one avenue of it. The change order is for $67,100. There is $32,000 for the driveways that we bored at Foxhill. And then there's 35 where he's gonna talk about for the AC water line, flowable field. Of that $67,000, 20% is what we will pay of that. So I think it's around 14,000. And Dale, if you don't mind, talk a little bit about it.
Absolutely. Good evening.
Good evening.
This flowable fill is like a runny concrete, if you will. It's not necessarily concrete because it has really fine aggregate like sand or so. But what TDOT's requiring us to do is to fill this 12-inch concrete line because it's been 50 years, 60 years in the ground. It's been pressurized the whole time. When you depressurize the AC line, it's known to collapse. And it is on the shoulder of the road, so they're going to require us to fill it. The trick to it is the contractor's going to have to only go so far, so they'll have to cut into that line once it's decommissioned, and so it'll be done.
What's this?
Water line.
This will be on the north Main Street on the highway.
Uh-huh.
It'll be on that portion. It'll be whatever is on TDOT's road. So the Magnolia section won't require anything.
I think they have moved on quickly.
They have absolutely, so number
Yeah.
one, this is one of the cleanest, it's very clean. There's no trash, there's no
Nothing.
debris. They're cleaning as they go. And they are pushing me to death because I was not prepared for them to move as quickly as they have. But everything is working out.
Yeah,
We're
that's
on track to see it done fairly quickly.
That's great.
The pipe will be tested. They filled it today to start pressurizing some of it. So it's going to move quick after that.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Dan.
Yes, sir.
This is a little, I guess, off the subject or whatever, but out at the sewage plant, you know, when we drove in, you know, that's a bad road. And then you get back to the back and you say, my goodness, you know, it's a beautiful place back here, although it is a sewage, you know.
It is what it is, isn't it?
It is. But I mean, is there like any chance of just
David?
getting yeah, I mean, just seeing what it would cost to do that, if nothing else, tar and chip it or something?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm all about paving.
I can't disagree with you. I made the same, because I forgot my jacket and had to go back out and come back in it again. I went, I sure hope I don't meet anybody.
We just gotta get Shipper okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
We can look at
No,
it.
I'm just-
We rode out there together and commented driving in how bad it was.
You know, it shouldn't be that bad.
I don't think it would be, but I mean, you know,
I think on that, because we're not milling
I'm sure
anything,
the employees out there would, you know, appreciate it also, you know, because it is.
I'm gonna say anywhere from 20 to 30. Just because we're not milling, we're laying it down, and I have to be
Right.
the same grade, something like that. It's almost like a driveway. But no, yeah, I mean,
I mean, I am thinking that you just asked off the top. I'm like, that would be a funding source possibly. It's added to the utility. It could be.
Dale?
Dale budget.
I'm all for it.
I think
Yeah.
police department would help out.
It's really dangerous, actually.
It's not good. It's not good.
You said something about Jack money. He look at him.
But no, I think it needs to be
Look,
done.
Jack. He like
It does.
money.
You're- Okay.
You
Good.
know, it's just like some of the people that went in out there, you know, I imagine they scratched their heads, you know, think, man, is
We
it?
have a really nice parking lot over there that we gotta go.
To get to
Yeah.
the parking lot, you destroy your car.
That's funny. But it's true. I mean, it's a wreck.
Jack, he do not want you to touch his money. How much the police department got?
Oh, man.
Story about that.
Jackie, anybody sign up? All righty. Board staff comments? Lori?
I don't have any.
Mike?
I'll say mine for Tuesday. I don't want to accommodate one of our employees, but I'd like to do it when there's a little more people there.
Cool. Miss Willie?
I don't. I just thank Mr. Grooms for being here tonight.
Yeah. Amen. And getting the money and sending it to Mount Pleasant. Thank you, sir. Ma'am?
I just, every time I see that fountain, I get happy, so. It's just cool. It's just so pretty. And it just says something, it makes a real statement, so. Thanks, everybody, for getting that done.
It is beautiful.
The whole downtown is.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
It does
It
look
turned out to
good.
be good. All right. That's all we got, folks. Danny, you got anything you want to add right quick?
Me too.
Amen.
Me
I
too.
haven't been out there the last couple of, did you pave it or is it tar and chip?
It's paid.
You did pave it. Oh, okay.
They moved
Yeah.
the light poles over.
Yeah, last time I was out there, it was just tar and chip. And I wonder if that,
Nothing. They moved the lights.
they did. Well, that's good. You know, Jim gets a rough, a bad night. Jim does.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does.
yeah, I move that we adjourn.
We don't need that tonight.
Don't need that.
Right.
We'll need that